Don't make it a battlefield. Keep it as an open arena where you just enjoy.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final episode of the season one of this podcast, Navigating Life with Human Compass. I'm your host, Santosh Sirur, and today is a bittersweet moment as we wrap up this incredible journey. We've been together, but at the same time, equally excited to script a unique experience in podcasting space, as very rarely we see passing of a baton from one host to another in a live show. My guest today, well, who I will introduce in just about a minute, is an incredible woman and with several talents and an equally inspiring journey. However, before I do that, let us reflect on how the season one really shaped up. Over the past few months, we have navigated through the highs and the lows of life, explored various facets of personal and professional growth, and most importantly, connected with so many of you wonderful listeners. We have heard from inspiring guests, shared heartfelt stories, and hopefully provided a little guidance and encouragement along the way. Along the journey we record this episode, we are already upwards of 20,000 plus subscribers in just a couple of months who have come on board and showered us their love and their appreciation, and we at Human Compass team commit to continue to bring quality and inspiring content in future as well. So let's take a moment to reflect on some of the highlights from this season. From our very first episode, where we dove into setting life goals with purpose, to our deep dive conversations about resilience and overcoming adversity, it's been a season full of wisdom and inspiration. Each guest brought their unique perspectives and invaluable insights, making this season truly special. And the best part? Hearing your feedback, your stories, and knowing that these episodes have had an amazing impact and a positive impact on your lives. But as we know, life is all about growth and change. And so, as I step back, it's time to introduce to you the new voice of Navigating Life with Human Compass for season 2. And I will see you all very soon in near future of more seasons of this podcast. The next chapter will focus on incredible success stories of young entrepreneurs, and I couldn't be more excited for you to meet our new host, who is just the perfect fit to take on this journey. Please join me in welcoming the talented, the inspiring Aarti Desai. Arti is an actor, a theatre artist, and a voiceover artist. She has been in several television commercials, and her film and the OTT journey spans across multiple languages, from Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, and Malayalam. She has been on the stage in her theatrical plays in English, Hindi, Urdu, and Tamil. She is a perfect example of giving career a new goal, a second chance to life to reinvent herself, who rather than getting stuck in mid-career crisis after family way chose to pursue her passion. Her career spans from managing diagnostic center to being a visiting faculty in Mumbai University at one end and being a play school teacher at the other end. And well, to a dramatic shift to an acting career.
Thank you, Santosh, for inviting me over. My name is Aarti Desai. I'm an actor and a theatre artist. I've been an avid listener of Navigating Life Through Human Compass, and I'm really excited to take the further season on.
Arti, hi, and we're so excited to have you. Tell our listeners a bit about what they can expect in season 2.
Absolutely. So, in the upcoming season, we'll be having women entrepreneurs whom we will be talking to. And these are ladies who have not only shattered the glass ceilings, but they've also redefined success on their own terms. What can be more better than hearing it from their own mouths as to, you know, people who've been there, they've done that, and they've gone through it, and they have achieved success. And it is almost like, we are reading a biography in a 3D animated format. So we will be having entrepreneurs who have started their own businesses, to entrepreneurs who own sporting franchises. We will be having casting directors and many more other ladies who have become entrepreneurs and have gone through their own struggles. It'll be from their own mouth, somebody who's been there, who's done that. So, yeah.
Well, Arti, that sounds amazing, and I'm sure our listeners are as excited as I am. Let's talk a little bit about yourself. So, how did you get into this glamour world, and how did you get into acting?
So, I guess there was always a passion to become a playback singer. I enjoy singing, but somewhere maybe, remaining in the traditional culture of pursuing education further and life going on. I think somewhere that got delayed or delusioned. And then when I joined school, where I was a teacher, I used to teach kindergarten kids. We always have to convey our messages through stories, animations, and somewhere, acting is always involved as a teacher. It is no more like, you go and write on the board 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. And that is exactly when I realized that I do have a potential to convey my stories or to convey stories through me to people and through hand gestures or, through the way I talk, through the way it can be acted. And that's exactly where it all started springing in my head. I've been very fortunate that I got an opportunity to start my career with LV Prasad Film Institute. That's where I started doing my short films. And then I gradually moved on to doing theatre. I have the privilege of working with Kyle Theatre Group, that is Jayachandran sir runs it. And before that, I worked with Praratna Theatre Group, that is run by Vivek Shankar sir. They've been very, very kind to me in the senses that I am a Gujarati girl who doesn't know Tamil or who didn't know Tamil at that time. And they gave me opportunities with dialogues to perform, which really encouraged me and opened the avenue for me. It is very, very important for an actor to find mentors who encourage you and who also help you to pave your way. They give you what we call as a starting point. It's very important. And then came my final breakthrough when I got an opportunity to work with Danish Hussain sir into his theatre group, that is Hoshruba Repertory, to perform at esteemed Prithvi Theatre. I think it's every actor's dream to be there, and my dream came through sir. So that's how it has been. I do work across languages. So for an actor, it is very important to know or to at least have basic knowledge of a language. So I've been very fortunate. I have worked in Tamil film industry. I have done a few projects in Malayalam. I'm waiting for my Malayalam OTT series to get released. I have done TVCs in Malayalam as well as Tamil. I do work at Mumbai. My majority work comes from there nowadays. And I am trying at Gujarat. I have done one film as primary role in Gujarati, which is my mother tongue. But yes, having knowledge of a language helps you to navigate your way through when you are there at that particular place for certain meetings as an actor, which I have been experiencing for my visits that I have at Kochi. So, yeah, that's how it has been till now.
Wow, this is absolutely fascinating. Born as a Gujarati, raised in Mumbai alongside a very typical Maharashtrian culture, fluent in English and Hindi, shuttling between Mumbai and Chennai, learned Tamil along the way, took language classes for Urdu, Punjabi, and now Malayalam. What are your thoughts on how being a multilingual can make one a better and not just a person but even a better actor or maybe a better human being?
Being multilingual is very, very important for an actor because that opens up an opportunity for you. It invites opportunities for you to work with people from various industries, to learn how a particular industry works, which can then help you to maybe enhance your career. It is also very, very important because when you go to a particular place, you get an opportunity to interact with people. As an actor, it is always suggested and it is always believed that you need to keep yourself open, you need to travel, you need to gather life experiences which can then be integrated into your work. It is very important for an actor. So, when you travel and you land up at a place where you don't know the language at all, it becomes very difficult for you to communicate. So, to form your base for communication, it is good to have some knowledge of another language than your mother tongue. We do learn languages at school, so that does form a base, that does introduce us to various aspects of a language. But learning a language opens up new opportunities for you. It also gives you an opportunity to interact and learn about other cultures. So it is very important as an actor to know various languages so that you can work across the country. That's always been um, not my motto, but yes, it's always been something that aspires me to try into a new industry. I have worked through English theatre, I have worked in Hindi, I have worked in Marathi, just maybe one ad, but it was very interesting. I have worked in Urdu Punjabi plays, I have worked in Tamil plays. So the only language that remains for me maybe is Tulu and maybe do a film in Telugu. So once when you have a bit of a knowledge of a language, it is very easy for you to work in other industries. Also, if you look at the markets right now, the regional markets are really doing well. They are having such good content, especially the Malayalam industry. So I do aspire to work there. I have started learning the language, but I think you should not make a niche around you that this is where I'm going to work or this is how it's going to be. There are a lot of actors who are coming in from South to Bollywood. There are a lot of actors who are trying to work from Bollywood down south. So we are actually witnessing an era where it's going to be work across the country and not label yourself as to this is what I'm doing, or I'm working only at Bollywood, or I'm working only at Tollywood. No, you should have an aspiration to become a universal actor. You never know, doing this, you may land up at Hollywood.
We have heard a lot of times, we've been hearing when it comes to the industry, the film industry, the word struggle. Any thoughts on that?
Struggle, yes. You will hear every actor say that, I have been through this struggle, I have been through that struggle. And it is actually true. Because to settle into this industry itself, it takes you 10 to 15 years. That's a long period of your life. Wherever you start, whether you start at my age where I started pretty late, or you start when you are a child, or you start when you're a youngster or teenager, there is a lot of struggle in it because you need to find the right people, you need to find the right projects, You need to understand the quality of work that is coming, and you need to accept that you're going to start right at the bottom and then move further up. Some people are very lucky. They do get opportunities where they start right from up. But if you are not going to be there right at the top of the ladder, then yes, you have to start from the bottom, which can be a lot of struggle, because sometimes there are no projects that are happening. So then how do you pay your EMI? How do you pay your house rent? How do you sustain yourself? There are a lot of actors who leave their homes, they leave their cities, and they come into the city of dreams. Now, as we all know, city of dreams costs us a lot. Mumbai is very, very expensive, and to manage yourself, you have to push yourself to get more work, and that itself is the starting point of the struggle. Then you have to go for meetings, you have to meet people, you have to build your circle, and you are surrounded by all new people. You are away from family. When you're not well, there is no one to take care of you. You are totally dependent on support from your friends. So it becomes very, very important that you network and you make good friends. So all these things and all these factors have to be taken into consideration. And that's exactly where the struggle begins. So first you need to set these things so that your mind is at peace, and then you can move further on for your work. So that's why it is a struggle. It's an emotional battle that you're fighting. It's a battle that you're fighting at work. It's a personal battle. Sometimes we break down because we don't have our close family around. Sometimes you're traveling too much. Like, I extensively travel when there is work, and there are a lot of things that need to be taken care of, including yourself. So yes, it is a struggle for everybody in this industry. It is not just the actors, it's even the technicians, it's even the crew members, and all the people on the set actually have gone through something, and have it's actually an achievement to be on that set. And I'm sure all the actors and all the people from the industry can relate to.
Wow, that's brutally honest. What would your advice be for those who are aspiring to make a career in the film industry? How would you guide them?
I can definitely do guide the actors. So as it is applicable to every industry, you have to upgrade yourself. You have to know what is running in the market. You have to network. You have to connect. You have to upgrade and update your skill sets. It is very important. You can learn new techniques. You can join theater groups. You learn theater. You learn what we call as voice projection. You can take classes for your voice work, which is very, very important, because your voice is actually connected to your breath. And that is why an actor needs to be an all-rounder. We sometimes feel that, yeah, I've done this, I have done that. No, for an actor, everything is integrated. So if you are doing something, for an example, if you're doing yoga, and if you're focusing on your breath, that will eventually lead you to better voice projection, better breath control, and better dialogue delivery. So it's all integrated. So another thing that you can do is network. Networking is very, very important for actors, because when you network, you meet people who are also having their own struggles, but are a part of the bigger struggle. You learn from different actors. You learn by observing them. Another skill set, and it is very important for an actor to even just sit and observe. Like the theater workshops that I have done, or the workshops that I've done with other mentors, you can actually assign days. This day I'm going to just sit in a cafe and observe every customer that comes in. because every person is unique. Every person has their own story, and there are bits and pieces that you can pick up from there and put it into a character that you would like. Another part which is very, very crucial and something that even I struggle with is accepting rejections. So, if you follow and as an actor, if you do interact with uh, casting directors, you will always hear them telling you that when you go to audition, just keep it as a field where you show what you can do or you show your skill set instead of making the audition perfect. I hear this a lot of number of times. I hear this, I read this over all the Insta pages that I follow of casting directors or acting coaches or actor coaches, and they have only one thing to say: don't make it a battlefield. Keep it as an open arena where you just enjoy it. And trust me, when you enjoy it and you don't go in with the mindset that, yeah, this is what I'm going to book and this is what I'm going to get and this is what I want, you just open yourself up. And who knows, you may just get that audition, you may just get that part. So internally, we have to channelize ourselves to accept rejections and to always believe that there is something big coming for yourself. When, where, how, it'll all fall into place. But you have to believe it. Like from my own example, I have gone to places to audition. And when I went there, and actually I didn't know that I was auditioning. I just thought, okay, I'm just going to meet the casting director because it's always nice to connect with them in person than to just, keep sending your profile and keep sending your pictures. And when I landed over there, I just told the casting director that, I've just come to meet you. And he's like, really? You just come to meet me? You would not like to audition? I was like, okay. And I auditioned and eventually I got the part. So that was something that was very miraculous for me because I was meant for that part. There are some directors with whom I have interacted. I have been messaging them that I would like to work with you, I would in your next project or whatever it may be. And they've always told me that if the story wants you, the story will find you. So yes, we can believe in that. So Santosh, I think it's been all about me, but I would like to talk about you. Your journey. You have been a hardcore banker for last 15 years, and then from there you switched over to, uh, you know, pursue your passion. You were with All India Radio, and I do remember my husband requesting for a song. It's like 15 years back. So why don't you tell us about your journey from being a banker to a radio jockey and then now on to a very successful podcaster?
Well, in my case, it's been mainstream banking, which has been my day job, and of course, radio jockey, almost 25 plus years, and now, of course, as a podcaster. I jokingly always say that it's like a double engine ka career. Pretty exciting, equally challenging when it comes to time. But yeah, I think in hindsight, I would say it's paid off, and I think hard work always pays. Just what you need is patience.
So, this is really, really, truly inspiring. And I think this is what we stand for at Human Compass, where we develop and try to understand human connections, human bonds, and not just run behind what we are running behind today, that is the artificial intelligence, including Chat GPT. So, this is really inspiring, and this is, I think, what we would call as human compass to each other, where we inspire people and we also learn from them, and we do give importance to what we call as human connections.
And before we wrap up, is there anything that you would like to to say to our audiences as you embark on this new chapter?
I would actually thank you and thank Human Compass for getting me on to this podcast. And you have laid a very strong foundation, which leaves and leads me to taking on a very big responsibility. I hope the viewers, the listeners are able to, get inspired and follow their own dreams and, choose what they would like to do, how they would like to connect. And I hope Human Compass, through me, will be able to offer that to them.
Wonderful. There you are, and there you have it, folks. As I sign off for this last time, I want to thank each and every one of you for your support and engagement throughout this season. It's been an incredible ride, and remember, with a human compass, you can navigate through any challenge life throws at you.
So here's to the new season of inspiring stories. I would like people to stay tuned and be a part of our season 2.
And well, with that, we come to the end of this episode of the Human Compass, the the final episode of the season one. And as well as you all know, Arti takes over from the next season. Wishing all the very best to you, Arti. And from me, Santosh Sirur, and my guest today, Aarti Desai. Thank you for being on season one of this podcast. Bye bye and take care.